I worked at FTV, player ratings time. Quickly, just sorry, before we go. I spoke to the fans. They just said the minimum Arsenal have to win is the Prem and the Champs. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Okay, minimum they said.
Minimum, like it's easy. You know what I mean? Like
Three fans said
crazy.
it.
Listen, the minimum for me is at least win this Premier League.
Okay, minimum for you?
Yeah. Listen, Premier League or Champions League or a League Cup double would be fantastic, but let's not be greedy.
But the thing is about it, like, to just waltz up and win the Champions League is.
I walked to EFTV player ratings time quickly. Just sorry, before we go, I spoke to the fans. They just said the minimum ask wins is a Prem and the Champs. That's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, minimum, they said. Minimum like it's easy, you know what I mean, like. Free fans said it. Listen, the minimum for me is at least win this Premier League. Okay, minimum for you, yeah, listen, Premier League or Champions League or a League Cup double would be fantastic, but let's not be greedy. But the thing about it, like to just walk up and win the Champions League, it's not easy. Champions League is a very difficult thing to win because remember, you can play a team over 2 legs, it can be a draw on both legs, and it goes to penalties. But we got a favorable draw, which we've earned, by the way. I keep telling people we earned that by coming top of the group and winning all, I mean. Okay, I wanted to just cause yeah, it shocked me how much fans agreed with Prem and CH. Anyway, right. Yeah, boy. They're greedy. Right. Let's get into this. David Raya, Robbie to stop. Outstanding.
Easy. Champions League is a very difficult thing to win because, remember, you can play a team over 2 legs. It can be a draw on both legs and it goes to penalties. But we got a favourable draw, which we've earned, by the way. I keep telling people we earned that by coming top of the group and winning all. I mean, so.
Okay, that's what I wanted to just, because, yeah, it shocked me how much fans agreed with.
Possibly man of the match, you know. I thought he was outstanding today. Couple of them, saves he made. Your brother gave him the end. I think I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Man of the match. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant today. And you know what I liked about him? The first goal that got conceded was just before that they had the one where suspected handball, but he still pulled up a great save. But what I know Mikel Arteta used to be a goalkeeper, but he obviously learned from that in the second half. He came and he punched everything. He didn't wait for little flick-ons at the near post. He calmly caught it, he punched it. He was brilliant. 8 man of the match, commanding, dominant, fantastic. The save he makes in the second half, one-handed. You know I've seen those going in. And before that goal he got stamped on and he comes out. He's wrestled, and he still makes the save.
Prem and Champs. Anyway, right.
Boy, they're greedy.
All right, let's get into this. David Raya, Robbie to start.
Outstanding. Possibly man in the match, you know. I thought he was outstanding today. Couple of them saves he made.
Your brother gave
One
him man
right
in the
near
match.
the end. I think I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Man in the match.
Listen, I think this is where expectations need balance. Winning the Premier League alone is massive. Talking about doing the double with the Champions League like it's normal is pure fan emotion. The Champions League isn't about just quality, it's about moments, mentality, and sometimes luck over 2 legs. But what I love here is the mentality shift. When your goalkeeper is getting 9 out of 10, dominating his box, making clutch saves under pressure, that's title-winning behavior. If David Raya performs like that consistently, Arsenal aren't just dreaming anymore, they're building something real. And that's the difference between being greedy and being genuinely ready.
If you're going to win the league, you need a great goalkeeper.
100%. Let's go right back. During Timber.
I thought he was fantastic. He was immense all game. I thought he had a fantastic game. He was solid. That's just exactly what you need from your right back in games like that.
Absolutely brilliant. You know, me and Matisse always have the argument about who's better. I said to him,
If you're going to win the league, you need a great goalkeeper. 100%. Let's go right back. Jurriën Timber. I thought he was fantastic. He was a menace all game. I thought he had a fantastic game. He was solid. That's exactly what you need from your right back in games like that. Absolutely brilliant. You know me and Matisse always have the argument about who's better. I said to him this season I do rate Reece James, and I thought he had a great game for Chelsea. He was their best player. But this season Timber for me throughout the season's been better, and you saw that today. Another huge goal. That goal won the game. That goal won the game today. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I think I'm making Raya just about get it because we were kind of under pressure a little bit at the end, but fantastic by Timber today. It's between Raya and Saka for man of the match 100%. Let's go to Gabriel Magalhaes. Timber. Sorry.
season, Right? I do rate Reece James, and I thought he had a great game for Chelsea. He was their best player. But this season, Timber, for me, throughout the season, has been better. And you saw that today, another huge goal. That goal won the game. That goal won the game today. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. You know what I mean? I think I'm making Raya just about get it because we were kind of under the cosh a little bit.
Saliba was fantastic as well. He was back to his best today. 8. Saliba off Gabriel's head got the goal. Yeah, he scored a goal. Made one mistake. He was solid. Between him and Gabriel, they had João Pedro absolutely in their pocket. They were all over this guy, and they didn't really get a sniff at goal, let's be honest. 8 for both Gabriel and Saliba. Timber 9, and you've gone Saliba 8. It's interesting because in the first half he's attacking as well as the defensive stuff. His attacking prowess, the link-up play with Saka, I was really impressed with him today, and he got the winner. I know Saliba's goal was important, man. It's 1-1, that's a big goal. Gabriel Magalhaes, I thought he was fantastic all over João Pedro. Didn't give him a sniff. João Pedro was like Bambi on ice for most of the game, just on the deck. He was solid. He's a leader. He's fantastic. I actually thought João Pedro was a handful, but I thought they dealt with him. 8 because I thought they dealt with him.
At the end, but fantastic by Timber today.
It's between Raya and Saliba for man of the match, 100%. Let's go to Gabriel Magalhaes, Robbie.
Timber.
Sorry. Oh, Timber, sorry.
Timber. Saliba was great
Saliba's
as well.
next. Sorry, Saliba next. Sorry.
Saliba was fantastic as well. 8.
Saliba was
It's
great.
fantastic, Saliba. Yeah, he was back to his best today. 8.
This is exactly how title-contending teams win games. Not just flair players, but defenders stepping up in big moments. Jury and Timber scoring the winner and still being defensively solid shows mentality. That's not just a fullback performance. That's leadership from wide areas. And look at that center-back partnership. Gabriel and Saliba controlling João Pedro, not letting him breathe. That's dominance. When your defense scores goals and your back line wins individual battles, that's championship DNA. People talk about attackers winning leagues, but solid foundations like this are what make the difference between competing and actually lifting trophies.
We scored all the goals today.
We scored all the goals. We even had to score their goal for them.
Let's go into the midfield. I wasn't surprised he stayed on for so long, but because it's Arteta, but Martin Zubimendi.
6. I thought he just had a bit of a poor game. He gave the ball away a few times and was just not at the races where he should have been.
Dealt with him very well. Okay, Jorginho and Partey. Obviously, I thought he got the own goal. If he hadn't got the own goal, he would have got an 8. I'm still going to give him an 8. I thought he was brilliant. A bit unfortunate with the own goal. If he hadn't got the own goal, he would have been higher. I thought all the defenders today were fantastic. But yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. Yeah, potentially a 7 because of the own goal, but that's a player that you need in battles like this. With him and Caicedo, they were all over each other, and he didn't have a bar of it. He's handling people like Neto with the pace, and yeah, I thought he was excellent. He was fantastic. So you've got 8. Shame we scored for Chelsea. We scored all the goals today. We even had to score their goal for them.
Listen, he won some battles and moves, and sometimes I just want to see you move the ball forward instead of moving it backwards. There's a couple of opportunities where he could have just released the ball a bit quicker instead of building up play and moving it backwards. But yeah, 6.
Yeah, I agree with the 6. I thought there was that time when he passed the ball back to Raya.
And he's
Right.
Let's go into the midfield. I wasn't surprised he stayed on for so long because Arteta, but Martin Odegaard, I thought he had a bit of a poor game. He gave the ball away a few times and was just not at the races where he should have been. He won some battles with movement, and sometimes I just want to see him move the ball forward instead of moving it backwards. There's a couple of opportunities where he could have just released the ball a bit quicker instead of building up play and moving it backwards. But yes, 6. Yeah, I agree with the 6. I thought there was that time when he passed the ball back to Raya, and Raya's pointing to go wide. Raya hits the ball to him to pass it out wide, and he passes it straight out, and they could have scored from that. That was poor man. 5. Average game. Okay. Declan Rice, Robbie. Rice, yeah. He was all over the place. He was working his socks off. Some good deliveries on the corners as well. 7. Fear of injury, they're saying for Rice. Yeah, I agree with the 7. He had a good game.
pointing saying go wide.
Yeah, and Reyes hit the ball to him to pass it out wide.
Yeah.
Is that, and he passed it straight out the fire, and they could have scored for that. I tell you that was poor, man. 5. He had an average game.
Okay, Declan Rice.
This is where you see the difference between a good performance and a perfect one. Even with an own goal, the defensive structure stayed strong. That shows mentality. But in midfield, that's where control can slip. When Odegaard plays safe and slows the tempo, Arsenal lose that cutting edge in transitions. Declan Rice, though, that's consistency. Work rate, leadership, set-piece threat. He might not always dominate headlines, but he balances the team. And if Arsenal want to win the league, they can afford the odd off day creatively, but they can't afford to lose that intensity in midfield. That balance between control and risk, that's what defines champions.
It's all right, you know. You've got to remember, you're playing against a midfield. Like, you've got two holding midfield, literally three holding midfielders in there. You've got Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Santos, and they're all very good players. And they just tried to snuff out Arsenal's midfielder. I thought he did all right. You know what I mean? He wasn't spectacular. He had that, like you said, I thought he was going to score that. You know, I thought
He did come off. You know when I knew he was tired? When he won that ball, and then he shanked it back to the keeper. I was like, yeah. I could tell something weren't quite right when he did that. But he was good. Okay. Emile Smith-Rowe, 6. I didn't think he gave the best account of himself. There was that shot at the end. Look, he got it on target and he worked Sanchez, and that could have just been his golden moment throughout the game and completely sealed the job. There were some nice turns and passages of play, but I just don't think he took the opportunity to nail this spot on this occasion. He was nowhere near the level of last week. It was all right. You've got to remember you're playing against a midfield. You've got 3 top midfielders in there. You've got Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Santos. And they're all very good players. They just tried to snuff out Arsenal's midfield. I thought he did all right. He weren't spectacular.
should have lifted it into the corner rather than
side
tried to
foot.
side foot in.
Yeah.
But I was going to give him a 7, but yeah, I'll give him a 6. I think a 6 probably fair. It's a little bit better than average.
Let's go to Starboy Saka.
I'll probably give him 6 as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he had a
He had that chance. I thought he should have lifted it into the corner rather than side-foot it. I was going to give him a 7, but yeah, I'll give him a 6. I think 6 is probably fair. A little bit better than average. Let's go to Starboy. I'll probably give him 6 as well. He had a few good moments in the first half. He gave Cucurella a tough time today at times. I think the first 2 times Cucurella won the ball off him. Then after that he was doing well. Coming inside, going outside. Actually, it's a 7. His delivery for the corner was right on the money. Brilliant delivery. 7. 7. I agree. We've got 3 minutes. Let's go to the opposite winger. Quiet today. I was next to Julia saying we need to take this guy off. He's making poor decisions in wrong areas, making passes when he...
few good moments in the first half.
Hato gave him a tough time today, you know. At times.
I think the first 2 times, Hato won the ball off him.
Yeah.
Then after that, he was doing well against Hato. He was coming inside, he was coming outside. I'm sure he was, actually it's a 7, I think. But when it is delivery for the
This is where squad depth and competition really matter. Against a midfield like Enzo, Caicedo, and Santos, you're not going to dominate every duel. Emile Smith-Rowe had moments. But big teams need midfielders who take those half chances and turn them into defining moments. And with Saka, even when he's not at his explosive best, he still produces quality. That corner delivery? That's impact. That's end product. But here's the reality. If Arsenal want to win the league, quiet games from key attackers can't become a pattern. The standards are higher now. Good isn't enough. It has to be decisive.
Okay, let's go to our striker, Victor Gyökeres.
5. I don't think he again had his best game that he should have. There were a few times when he was in front of his defender, and you just want him to get the shot off, or there were a couple of runs which just want him to be a bit more decisive and cut in.
5's a bit harsh. I think I'll give him a
Getting caught on the ball. I think this guy's playing like he's got more time than he's got. He was very average today, man. Playing a free role today. He was everywhere, though. I give him a 5, and he's lucky to get that if I'm being honest. I didn't think he had a good game at all. Big difference when he came off. I agree. 5. 5. Okay, let's go to our striker Victor Osimhen. I don't think he again had his best game that he should have. There were a few times when he was in front of his defender, and you just want him to get the shot off. There were a couple of runs where you just want him to be a bit more decisive and cut in. A bit harsh. I'd give him a 6. His hold-up play is pretty good. He held the ball up. He was an outlet. We could get the ball up to him. A couple of times he got through. There was that one time when he got through, he made it too obvious that he was going to cut in and the defender read it. If he'd have been a bit cuter. But his hold-up play was okay. I'm going to give him a 6. Okay, we're going to run through subs. Norgard came on, did all right. Solidified it a little bit in a very nervy time. 7. Agree. Okay, Martinelli did well when he came on. Did well with Neto, getting him sent off. Made some good runs, but there was that one time when he passed the ball back, when he could have put it forward and put us under a lot of pressure. But I thought he did very well. 7. I agree. 7 as well.
6, his hold-up play was pretty good. He held the ball up. He was an outlet. You could get the ball up to him. A couple of times he got through. I think there was that one time when he got through, he made it too obvious that he was going to cut in. And the defender read it. You know what I mean? Like, if he'd have been a bit cuter, but his hold-up play was okay. I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay, we're going to run through subs. Norgard.
Listen, getting Neto sent off. He came on, he was lively. Completely different on that left-hand side when he came on. Havertz, he was a bit off it. Didn't do too much. 6. 6. A standard 5, I'd say. Okay, referee quickly. Awful. Awful. How many times did he give us a foul, but not play the advantage? He did that about 3 times. I'm like, play the advantage, man. What's wrong with you? 3 as well. Agree. Manager. Listen, got the job done. I'd give Mikel Arteta an 8 today, just because he got the job done. There's nothing better than beating Chelsea. Getting it right. Job done. Come on, you Gunners. We're going to win the league. And the fans get a 10. That was brilliant. We won the game. 2-1 to Arsenal. Enjoy your week. Love.
Came on, did all right. You know what I mean? Solidified it a little bit, you know what I mean, in a very nervy time. So 7.
I agree.
Okay, Martinelli.
Did well when he came on, you know what I mean? Like, so did well with Neto, with getting him sent off, and that made some good ruck. But there was that one time when he...
This is where standards matter. When a winger gets a 5 and there's a noticeable difference when he comes off, that tells you competition is real in this squad. No one is guaranteed their place anymore. With Osimhen, I actually agree. His hold-up play gives structure, but elite strikers must be ruthless in those key moments. In tight games, one decisive touch changes everything. The subs made impact, the manager managed the game properly, and that's the biggest takeaway. Arsenal didn't just play well, they controlled the narrative of the match. And when you beat Chelsea 2-1 in a tense game like that, that's not luck, that's maturity.